stock car racing from Vancouver, and the debut of RPM tonight, wrapping up a huge weekend of stock car competition. Hey, but last week, Bristol, Tennessee, they call it Thunder Valley, but things happen quick as lightning there. The Busch Grand National cars. Chad Little gets a little bit of a tap from Jeff Green. Little trying to go forward in the points, but in actuality, he goes back towards the wall, touches it, brings out the caution flag. That's the guy he's chasing, Johnny Benson. He cuts a tire as Grissom goes by, and Benson goes back to the back of the field. But Little not willing to give up. Here he makes a charge in the late laps, passes Terry Labonte, will take over the 4th spot, and that's where he would finish, although he came very close to passing Tim Fedowa at the checkered flag. Steve Grissom's crew had reason to celebrate. He won the race, followed by Jeff Green, Tim Fedowa, Chad Little, and Terry Labonte rounding out the top 5. Johnny Benson maintains the points lead, but Chad Little is closing the gap now to just 29 points.
As Chad Little sits in his car ready to go to battle here at Darlington, he knows that this is a track that has suited him very well over the past couple of events. Last year, 5th place finish here, and then earlier this year, a 4th place finish here at Darlington. Chad, what is it about this place that you like?
I actually don't like anything about this place, but no, I just think it's one of those tracks that, you know, I try to pace myself through any race, and people tend to run their tires off here. They go away quickly, times fall down quickly. I just try to run an even pace the whole time, and it seems to always work out for me because as their times fall off, I can just pick them off one at a time.
All right, thank you, Chad. Chad starts in the 16th place. The man he's chasing for the points title starts a little closer to the front, and that's where Bill Weber is.
32-year-old Johnny Benson finished 12th last week at Bristol, but he was 2nd here in the spring and 4th last September. And you're just crazy enough. You like this track. Your wife tells me it's because you're a little weird, but what's the story here, Johnny? You've had a lot of success.
I'll tell you what, you know, I guess I am a little weird to like this place, but it's a fun racetrack. It's tough, but it's fun. You know, you let the car slide around and do all kinds of neat stuff, so we have a good time here.
Well, there are 41 talented drivers in this field, and to tell you how tough this track is, only 2 of them have ever been to victory lane. In fact, there are only 7 drivers in this field that have ever finished in the top 3. The car that finishes first goes to victory lane, but with the season shrinking and the points race tight, there could be more than one winner here today. Jerry Punch?
Thank you very much, Bill. You're exactly right. And hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Punch. Once again, welcome to the track Too Tough to Tame, Darlington Raceway. There have been 26 events held over the years. It's the 26th for the Busch Series cars. But, hey, the 25th race back in March may have been the most memorable. Larry Pearson started 36th on the field, and the young second-generation driver wove his way through traffic one by one to go to victory lane. Now, when you're the son of a legend, that's going to be awfully tough. The expectations are very high. His dad, David, had won here 10 times, and finally, Larry able to celebrate. Speaking of sons of legends, let's go down now to Kyle Petty, who's with Larry Pearson.
Well, I am here with Larry Pearson beside the Stanley Chevrolet, and I tell you what, Larry, you ran a great race here, the first race. I remember standing right behind your pit and watching Ryan Pemberton and those guys and tears swelling up in their eyes. And I know your father was feeling the same way. That was a big win to come here at Darlington where your father had won so much to pick up that race. But then later in the season, you went to South Carolina, you went to Myrtle Beach and won that race. And I've got a little broom here in my hand that they're passing out in the garage area here that Larry Pearson is going to sweep the state of South Carolina, and he's going to try to do it today.
Well, we hope so, Kyle. We did have a great run. Ryan, he sets up a great race car for me. You know, they've worked hard all year, and we were able to come here and win a pole for the first time this year. My first pole since 1988, but it feels great to be starting up front, especially here at Darlington.
Well, I tell you what, guys, with a Pearson on the pole, you can bet pretty much the chances are strong that he's going to end up in victory lane today. Hey, Ned, this place isn't the same track it used to be, is it?
Well, Kyle, it might look like the same place that you raced here on in March, but it isn't the same racetrack. They paved this thing right after these races last year. Everybody came here in March. They set new track records. Boy, they got a lot of adhesion on the racetrack. They love this place because it would stick so good in the corners. But something happened, Benny.
This baby is slick, folks, as witnessed by at least a dozen race cars that's either hit the wall or brushed the wall during practice and qualifying. And that's one car on the racetrack with really and truly nothing to win other than a qualifying spot. Today we're going to throw 42 of them on the racetrack side by side and nose to tail. Ned, it might not be pretty, but it will be exciting, trust me.
No question about it. We'll see a lot of excitement out here. And, you know, I got to look forward to a sun racing out here tomorrow for 500 miles. Jerry?
And, Benny, you may want to let Ned borrow those glasses. He may not want to see what's going to happen today or even tomorrow here at the track they call Too Tough to Tame. We'll be right back.
I don't want a roof. I don't want a windshield. I don't want a vanity mirror. I don't want a cup holder. I don't want a shortcut. The Suzuki Intruder.
This is a gold card. It can't grant you inner peace. I don't know. No card on the planet's more accepted, so you could go someplace peaceful. And with a credit line of at least $5,000, you'll have the freedom to relax. And freedom like that might be the path of true wisdom. So I guess Gold MasterCard can help you to see the light. Just remember to wear sunscreen. Gold MasterCard. It's more than a gold card. It's smart money. Look for your Gold MasterCard application and apply today.
Hey, you know my crew spends hundreds of hours building those 5,000 horsepower motors. I can explode one in 5 seconds. And when that happens, nobody eats. That's why my guys won't run anything but Fram fillers. You know, Fram gets the nasty stuff out of the oil, so I can go to the other end with my candles lit. And you know, that's in about 5 seconds, nearly 300 miles an hour. You can look at these guys and see they eat pretty near every day.
When traffic congestion changes, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil. Oil that senses the changing threats in your engine and adapts its own molecular structure for continuous protection. So whenever the driving conditions change, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
Now get up to $660 back by mail when you buy a case of Quaker State, or up to $275 back by mail when you buy 5 quarts.
Our Speed World coverage of the Gatorade 200 is being brought to you by Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life. By Suzuki. Your Suzuki motorcycle and ATV dealer has the ride you've been waiting for and the financing to get it. And by NASCAR 94 Year in Review. To order, call 800-71-NASCAR. Take a look at our Suzuki starting positions, top 15 there. 42 cars will start. There is Larry Pearson, his second ever pole at Darlington and 12th career pole in Busch Series competition.
And Pete Orr back in 14th. This might be his first. Is this his first Busch Grand National race?
Busch start.
There's the next 15 cars. Chuck Jim Bound back in the 30th spot.
And we see Phil Parsons down there in 26th spot. Look for Phil to have a good run here. He likes his racetrack pretty well.
Jerry Labonte, consistent runner, good runner in Busch Grand National, back in about 17th.
Now we see Derek Cope down at the bottom had to take a provisional. He spun out during his qualifying run. He was running much better than that will show. So he's one of those drivers we can watch to come up through the field.
In-car camera today with Mark Martin. He's the guy that's won the Gatorade 200 2 years in a row back in 93 and 94. There's the Winn-Dixie in-car roof cam from Mark Martin's car. He starts back in 5th position. Glad to have you with us. Busch Series competition coming your way from Darlington, South Carolina. Single file on the first lap. You heard what Ned and Benny were saying as smoke comes out of the left side exhaust of the 00 car.
Looks like some problems for Buckshot Jones right away. The Longhorn Steakhouse car, slow, and looks like he's going to the back pits. As Jason Keller going by Mark Martin.
And Benny, that has to be a big disappointment for Buckshot Jones. He had come down here a couple of weeks ago and tested and had Davey Pearson, Larry Pearson's father, out here tutoring him. And felt very confident coming in here. And we see Jimmy Spencer making a move down on the inside of Fedowa.
That's Pete Orr.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Cars look very similar to the 88 and 55 cars.
Whoa!
Oh, Spencer in the wall. And he saves it, he goes up, brushes it, and no caution yet.
Boy, Jimmy Spencer started 15th. He and Chet Little both in row 8 had begun to make their way to the front, but Little gets that early Darlington stripe on the right side of his Ford, and now the car bobs and weaves again down in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's got to be concerned how much damage did it do on the right side of the car.
Racetrack, and we talked about it just a couple of minutes ago. It is slick around this racetrack. There we see that's Elton Sawyer car trying to get by Spencer down in turn 3.
Take a look again at what happened to Spencer as now Phil Parsons come by here just a moment ago down in turn 1.
He goes in the corner, just simply gets in a little too hard. He tries to save it, and he goes up, brushes it with the right rear and then the right front. Now then, let's go back to the lead. We can see that Johnny Benson in the 74, the red and yellow car, with a lot of heat. Walt Pearson in the black and gold, number 92.
And that's Tim Fiedel there in third place, and here is Ward Burton making a pass on Stevie Reeves. Burton in the 95 Caterpillar car. Reeves in the number 7 Clever Girl car. There's Kenny Wallace getting out. They get together just a little bit.
And Reeves is going to spin!
And Stevie Reeves will tag the outside concrete. Now traffic coming right at him and go above him. Boy, great camera work, guys, as Reeves gets the car down and you get that shot of the traffic just easing by on the outside. And the caution will wave for the first time here at Darlington Raceway.
Man, oh man. It's almost like we cued Stevie. Spin. We've got the camera on him. Watch as he go down in turn 1. This is Kenny Wallace on the inside, the Red Dog car, and I think he takes Stevie's line away from him going in the corner. He has to go in a little bit too high, and when he does that, see how he gets up out of the groove a little bit? Away he goes.
If it just was not anything you could do with it once the back end broke loose. Had those right wheels up there and the loose stuff, we call it, where a lot of cars haven't run yet.
What a tough break for Stevie Reeves, qualifying on the pole last week, had a good qualifying run this week, and has a heavy damaged car early on. We'll be back to Darlington after this.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
Whoa, hey guys, those are Donald's Big Macs you got there?
That's right there, future Hall of Fame face.
2 tasty Titans for only $2 there, Peter Patriot pal.
Oh, can I have one?
Oh, that's not going to happen, Signal Boy.
No way there, Larry Longarm.
Come on, we can work something out. I gotta have one of those Big Macs.
Do you really want one?
Now at McDonald's, you can convert $2 into 2 towering, tasty Big Macs or 2 hot morning fresh egg McMuffins. But the clock's ticking, so hurry.
2 Big Macs for $2, please, and I'm kinda in a hurry.
Okay, here's the play. The big guys protect the little guy, okay? Mississippi.
Hello?
Charlie, it's your mother.
Hey, Mom. Gee, it's been a while.
Yes, it has.
Well, gotta go. It's time for ESPN's NFL Prime Monday.
Time what?
Time for Mike Tirico talking X's and O's with Joe Theismann and Sterling Sharp.
What kind of name is Sterling?
Time for Sunday's final recap and the inside scoop on Monday night's game. So hold the phone, Ma. It's time for NFL Prime Monday.
Hello, Charlie. Hello.
Track Facts are brought to you by Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
Remember last weekend at Bristol, during one of the pit stops, the probe on the catch can broke off for points leader Johnny Benson. That meant the overflow valve would not open, and that meant they could not get enough gasoline into the car. So this is the catch can from last week, but they've made an improvement. As you can see inside, the probe used to be just welded with a single spot in the back. That pushed out. But look at this piece of metal that they put across and welded it too. I'm telling you what, guys, this probe is not going to come loose. They shouldn't have any problems opening that relief valve.
It's 2 weeks in a row that we've had a problem with the catch can, the probe actually in the catch can. Ricky Rudd at the Michigan International Speedway last week, the Busch race,
Today's field, 42 cars, 15 Fords, 2 Pontiacs, 25 Chevys, and 2 provisional starters. 42 started.
What's that, a Buick? What's provisionals, a Buick?
Studebaker, I think. Isn't that what Felix Sabates has, is a Studebaker?
That's what he said he had, a 43 Studebaker, yeah.
Larry Pearson leading the way, but he had pulled away by 4 or 5 car lengths, and then Johnny Benson, Vidua and company caught him. But some of the cars that were coming in a hurry include that Caterpillar car of Ward Burton. Now watch him. He was making a move in the early laps.
And one car that you don't see in that lineup that you did when we went to break was Mark Martin. He made a pit stop in the Winn-Dixie Ford. Talk about the Caterpillar car. Look up on the outside of David Green. There we see Mark Martin with almost all the cars in the field in front of him.
Well, he has a lot of ground to make up.
Oh!
Trouble. The point, second place man in the point, Dan Little caught up here. And his car is badly damaged.
Boy, that will not help at all in the points chase. He was going underneath Jeff Green, and there was contact between him and Tracy Leslie's Detroit gasket car. And Little's car is heavily damaged, both front and rear, as he goes nose first into the concrete and spins it back around, tags it again. There is Tracy Leslie's MGM Detroit Gaskets car shedding parts as he tries to make his way, limping back down on the apron toward pit road.
Man, that car there, the Harris Teeter car, is hurt.
Is that Chad Little that's walking out of his car? No, I guess that's one of his crewmen. No, Chad's still in it. In fact, he's got her going again.
I hope he hadn't left it because it's moving, BP.
There's moisture down where the car stopped, so I guess he's going to try to drive the car back behind the wall. Yes.
Let's watch this once again. Here he is a little behind Jeff Green.
And Tracy Leslie tries to go on the inside and make it 3 abreast as they came off the corner. Tracy Leslie and Chad made contacts, and I'm telling you, that is hard contact with the nose of that car.
He hit it hard, the inside retaining wall. Tracy didn't hit quite as hard, it didn't appear, as Chad did, but both of them a lot of damage to their cars.
Now, another angle.
Oh.
Boy, he went straight into that thing.
And the car came off the ground. Now, Gary Cogswell and company are down there trying, actually physically pushing the car back behind the wall, and John Kernan is down there. John, how bad is the car, and what can they do?
Well, Jerry, the car is in pretty bad shape. The rear end's been pushed up quite a bit. And also no clutch, the radiator broken, and they've already got a spare radiator out. They had one right here in the pit ready to go, and now Gary Cogswell and the crew will go to work. The hood comes up, what's left of the hood. My goodness, this car is about as smashed up as you can see, or ever will see. The radiator as part of the frame is pushed back into the front, and I'm telling you what, I think they might be finished for the day. I'm not sure how they could get this car fixed. If they could get it fixed, how long it would take them. And the engine is also, I'm told, the engine is gone, so it looks like the day is over for Chad Little, and this is really going to hurt in his drive to win the Busch Gray National Points Championship.
Yeah, we can see the drivers, the crewmen, hustling around the car trying to get it up, and then all of a sudden they started walking very, very slow. Once again, we'll watch and just see the impact Chad hits the inside wall with, and Ned, I think that the frame has got to be too bent to repair.
Yes, it's as hard as he hit that wall head on, the front clip on the car, as we say, it's got to be bad. Let's go back to the pits and John.
Well, Chad Little's taking his helmet off, and Chad doesn't look good. What happened?
Well, just got together with a 3 car, and I had a position underneath him there, and we made a little contact, and then I got bumped from behind and sent me spinning coming out of turn 4. Just good hard racing, I guess. One of those things.
And you're not going to be able to fix the car?
The car's hurt pretty bad. The oil pump off it, I guess, and the front clips moved over. The car's hurt pretty bad, so we're probably done. It's a shame, too, because, this hurts our points quite a bit. But you can't give up. We'll just have to come back and try again next week, right?
That's right. Chad Little still manages a smile even after his misfortune.
Well, there are 5 events remaining after today, but that point battle is going to be very steeply uphill from here on out. Let's replay once again this incident, bringing out the second caution flag today. Now, watch how they're lined up.
Of course, that's Chad Little, the number 23. right behind the 3 car of Jeff Green. Green looks like he might have got a little bit loose there coming off the turn. Chad makes a hard left, but here was Tracy Leslie, car number 72, coming up on the inside, and they make contact and head straight to the inside retaining wall.
This will be the 4th DNF of 1995 for Chad Little. His last one came 14 races ago at Hickory Speedway. Back with more in just a moment.
Now, an oil made just for your hard-working engine. 4x4 from Quaker State. Off-roading, extreme temperatures, towing and hauling. They all make your light truck or 4x4 work extra hard and could shorten its life. Why settle for a conventional car oil? Get 4x4 from Quaker State. The intelligent oil for hard-working engines.
Now, take home a legend. Get an authentic autographed Superstar lithograph. A $30 value, just $7.50. See details on cases of 4x4 at your local supplier.
Lakewood Ranch is the hometown of tomorrow. A community with all the best that life has to offer. Rivers and lakes glisten among thick stands of oak, pine, and hickory. Families picnic at friendly neighborhood parks. Just a stone's throw from some of the prettiest homes you have ever seen. Come discover the nature of Florida living at Lakewood Ranch.
The traditions of yesterday in the hometown of tomorrow, Lakewood Ranch.
There's a new gasoline.
What's new about it?
With the power to drive down maintenance costs.
Really? Are you serious?
Yes, we are. New Exxon 93 Supreme keeps your engine cleaner.
Clean is good.
So it can help drive down maintenance costs.
Could gas do that?
New Exxon 93 Supreme can, with the power to drive down maintenance costs.
Gas that can save you money.
For more reliable performance.
Okay, I'll try it.
People stopping by to rely on the Tiger.
Pressure before the race, and you have to find a valve to release the pressure. I'm very persistent and always fight very much to catch up again and to go back. Like in other sports, the goal is to win.
Back in Darlington, South Carolina, there is Tracy Leslie's heavily damaged Detroit Gasket Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Now, he was 13th in the point standing, so he wants to try to get back out if he can and get some more points. See him working on the front of the car. There's Jimmy Spencer. He was in the pits a moment ago for a pit stop. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Jerry, the locker on the rear end had come loose, and that's what caused Spencer to hit the wall earlier in this race. He didn't do much damage when he hit the wall, and now they're looking at that wreck as a blessing in disguise because he would have been right in the middle of that most recent caution. They've got the locker tightened back up, and they think Spencer's good to go.
Restart, lap 16, second caution flag today over. And Johnny Benson being shown as our leader as they shuffle off in turn 2. And let's check in as the field goes back to green. Let's check in with John Kernan.
Well, Jerry, Stevie Reeves was back in again. It was mostly sheet metal damage from that earlier incident with him, and they've tried to bang the spoiler up the rear of the car to get it right back into the air. Now, as far as Mark Martin pitting on that first caution, they took a rubber out of the right front, made a track car adjustment. Bobby Leslie tells me that Mark thinks the track is going to tighten up, so they wanted to loosen that car up a little bit, trying to look ahead and take advantage of the early caution. Now let's go to Kyle Petty.
Standing in Tracy Leslie's pit, he was in the wreck with Chad Little. They had 4 flat tires. They come in and you can see, or right here on pit road, there's a huge puddle of water. The 4 flat tires is not their major problem. They've got some body damage, just superficial body damage. They've got a hole in the radiator. They can't figure out where it's at. They don't have another one sitting here in the pit. They sent to the truck to get one. Hopefully they'll get a caution and get to change it before too much longer.
You see Jason Keller's moved into second place, so Larry Pearson, pole sitter, easing back towards to the back of the field, towards the rear of the field, I should say.
Here's a scramble back into pack. Randy LaJoy makes a move beneath Kenny Wallace, and David Green, the Slim Jim car, will follow him by, and they're battling for position.
Yes, they are. And Kenny Wallace was in the 6th position. He now has moved back to 8th. And I mentioned just before that caution came out that he was moving up. He was going forward, but right now we saw him going backwards a little bit. There's Mark Martin towards the end of that pack. Mark has moved up to about the top 15 now.
You see Ward Burton in the Caterpillar car, marching towards the front. That's Fedewa, the outside pole sitter he just went by, the 55.
Give Martin about 22nd place. I said top 15. He's not quite up that far yet.
Well, what a job Ward Burton is doing in that car number 95, as you mentioned. Butch Anderson, the company, really had that car glued to the racetrack.
Rodney Combs in the 43.
It looks like Terry Labonte is having a problem in the MW Windows, car number 14.
We have heard that there may have been a puff of smoke out of the car. How about it, John?
Well, the report is Terry's radioed in and told his crew that he's lost his cylinder, so he's only running on 7 cylinders. At first, they thought it was an ignition problem, but they made the switch, and it seems to be something internal, perhaps a valve spring.
And we see that Larry Pearson lost another spot to Ward Burton. He's now back in 4th. That's the 92 car. Pearson. Speedo is 5th. And Randy LaJoy in the 64 car. John Turner, what's going on with Larry Pearson?
Well, I just talked to Ryan Pemberton, his crew chief, and he tells me the car is just a tad bit on the loose side. And as you well know, if your car's loose here at Darlington, you do not push it.
No, you sort of drive gingerly around this racetrack. There's Speedo really working on Pearson as they come off the turn 2. And if it's loose in turns 1 and 2, Benny, it's really going to be loose in 3 and 4.
Exactly.
Hey, Chevy.
The microphone's open in the pitch. John Kernan talking to the truck.
22 laps complete of 147, which comprises 200-mile event at Darlington, South Carolina. You see how tough this track has been all weekend on these competitors. They slip and slide here on this 1.366 mile over. There's LaJoy once again. Pearson, the 92 car, Speed at 155. They are 4th, 5th, and 6th.
LaJoy putting some heat on Speedo. Little car that LaJoy is driving, the red number 64.
Tracy Leslie is heading back out into the action after repairs on his car. There's Speedo. Speedo has to look to the inside as LaJoy looked like he's going to come that way, but couldn't quite get the run he needed.
No, he wanted to so bad, but he couldn't quite make it. He even looked underneath, thought about trying to do it up in the middle of the corner, couldn't do it.
These guys are not losing too much to the leader right now. You see they're running fairly close with them, so maybe Pearson, I think he might be picking up a little bit on this car after he had dropped back there for a few laps. And he's pulling away from Speedo.
I think Speedo has got his hands full right now. And right behind these, here's the Wallace brothers going at it. That's Kenny Wallace in the Red Dog car, the number 8, and Mike Wallace in the Duron Paint, number 9, followed by Jeff Green in the 3, the Goodrich Chevrolet. And here goes Mike trying to get on the inside of his little brother. Back to the lead.
That battle was for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Meanwhile, back up front, Jason Keller, who won at Indianapolis Raceway Park, got his first ever series victory. This is only his 2nd full year on the tour. We're talking about the Budget Gourmet Chevrolet running in 2nd spot. He looks to the inside.
And LaJoy finally gets on the inside of Speedo down in turn 1.
He should make the pass. And he did. Speedo back off. He knew he didn't need to go in there on the outside of somebody, especially with his car appears to be loose. There's Stevie Reeves. He's back out on the track. He moves to the inside, lets the leaders go by.
Clear. The 44th spotter that we heard talking to David Green, the driver of the Slim Jim car. There he is.
Here comes Mark Martin back up through the pack. Remember, he made that early pit stop. They came in a minute adjustment on the car during the first caution flag of the day.
That's Phil Parsons. He pulls up on the back bumper off. There's Jeff Green on the inside of Mike Wallace, and Mike wisely backed off, let Jeff Green go. That is 9th and 10th position. And
There's the lead car, Johnny Benson's Lipton T Chevrolet.
You say, what happened to Jason Keller? There's what happened to him. Ward Burton did.
Yeah, he caught up with him, and Johnny Benson began to pull away from them. Here's LaJoy making a pass on Larry Pearson. So LaJoy is sort of trying to march through the front. That puts him up to the 4th position as Ward Burton goes by the Jason Keller car for 2nd place.
Now, Ward Burton in the Cat car and his eyes on the Lipton T car about 20 car lengths in front of him. We'll go back and show you that pass for a second. They go in the 3rd corner. Keller goes up the hill, Ward underneath him, and takes the spot away with ease.
Here's Jimmy Spencer. Take a look. Watch him coming back through. That is the car number 38 of Elton Sawyer. That's a backup car, by the way. Sawyer had a near miss between Spencer and Sawyer. He almost got the concrete again. And here's Joe Nemechek, the 87 car, coming right with him. That's Hermie Sadler back there in the car number 1. And here's the car number 6, we are told, making a pit stop. That is Tommy Houston. Let's go down. Bill, how about it?
Well, he picked up some damage earlier on the right side in one of those cautions. He's now shut the car off. His crew chief's son, Scott Houston, under the car. They have a broken axle, I believe, a broken axle, and that's going to put Tommy Houston on the sidelines. The team is done for the day. Stevie Reeves has also pulled behind the wall back here.
50-year-old veteran Houston takes it behind the wall.
Our share leader, and that's a race for 3rd place right now between Jason Keller, the 57, the Budget Gourmet, and Randy LaJoy in the red number 64.
And right up in front of them, Ward Burton has definitely picked up on the number 74 car of Johnny Benson as they put a lap on Jim Bowen in the Lux car.
Randy LaJoy driving the Duraloop Chevrolet, finished 3rd at Michigan. You saw it on ESPN. They have really done a heck of a job, Dennis Shoemaker and company, getting that car ready. I was told that Shoemaker said that the people, the sponsors, were so pleased with the performance at Michigan, they've signed up for another year, so that's good news for Randy LaJoy and company if they decide to stay together. There he is, started 11th and currently in 4th position. As laps are winding down here, we are solidly in the Gatorade 200 Busch Grand National Series event. 33 laps in the books at 147.
LaJoy putting the pressure on now. He gets the nose alongside. He might have touched it a little bit. That's all he needed. Moves right around. So LaJoy goes to 3rd. Pushes Jason Keller back to 4th. Larry Pearson is still 5th. Tim Fedowa is in 6th place.
Johnny Benson, our point leader, is at the point of the field here at Darlington Raceway in the Gatorade 200. Stop number 21 on the 26th race, $7.5 million tour. 5 more events after today. If you're wondering where Chad Little is, if you just joined us, he is behind the wall as we are trying to get that car fixed and get back out. We'll come back with more racing action from Darlington after this.
Now, an oil made just for your hard-working engine. 4x4 from Quaker State. Off-roading, extreme temperatures, towing and hauling. They all make your light truck or 4x4 work extra hard and could shorten its life. Why settle for a conventional car oil? Get 4x4 from Quaker State. The intelligent oil for hard-working engines.
Now, take home a legend. Get an authentic autographed Superstar lithograph, a $30 value, just $7.50. See details on cases of 4x4 at your local supplier.
Hey, I'm not home. Just leave a message.
Tommy, the hot tub's getting cold. Where are you?
Yo, Tom, we're shooting pool. You coming or what?
Thomas, your birthday dinner's in the oven. Everyone's waiting. Tommy, if you're there, pick up. Tommy?
Got a car, but need an engine? Then come to Pep Boys, where you'll find a huge selection of over 1,200 quality engines for your car or light truck for as low as $699.99. Import or domestic, all have a 12-month unlimited mileage warranty. And you can charge it with your Pep Boys credit card and pay as little as $35 a month. So come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
Back at Darlington Raceway, we've got a challenge for the lead out of turn 4. Ward Burton looks to the inside.
On the inside of Pittsburgh. Wow.
He was about to cut back too close.
He just about did cut too soon. And Ward Burton taking the lead.
Man, Ward started back in the 9th position. Just worked his way right up there, picking them off one at a time, and now beginning to try to pull away. This car appears to be hooked up here today.
There's Greg Clark in the 53 car that they're going by on the outside. Greg, a rookie here at Darlington.
Ward Burton's 8th Busch Series start here in 1995. His best finish of 5th at South Boston, his home racetrack, where he started off in late model stock car ranks. South Boston, Virginia. And we told you Stevie Reeves had a miserable beginning getting some contact with the concrete. Bill has caught up with him. Bill?
Another great qualifying run, but you're out early. The track bit you pretty hard, Steve.
Yeah, I did. I'm so proud of these guys. The last 2 weeks, we've really turned this program around, and it's great to see Clabber Girl and everybody running good. They've been behind us and supporting us through the bad times, and unfortunately, we had another bad time again today. We got in there, Kenny Wallace got underneath me, and I dropped him behind him, and he chucked up or something because I came up on him pretty quick, and I just decided to move high to keep from hitting him and got myself in trouble. It was just a mistake on my part.
Stevie Reeves finished for this afternoon.
He's right about turning that program around. They set on the pole last week at Bristol, led the early laps, had another top 10 qualifying effort here, but unfortunately he has to exit early.
Never see Kenny Wallace he was talking about when Kenny went by. We saw that in turn 1. Kenny and Ricky Craven has caught up with this group of cars. The Wallace boys have been racing together all day.
75.
Someone told David Green that he ran a 75. There goes Mark Martin by Jeff Green down in turn 3. Looks like that chassis adjustment worked on the Winn-Dixie car, Ned.
Yeah, it seems to have helped him considerably. Mark saw very early that that car was not going to work to his liking, so he had no hesitation to bring her down pit road during that caution and to get some work done on it. He would take the chance of fighting his way back up through the field. He's back up now to about 12th position.
12 spot for Martin. That battle there, the 44 car 8 and 90. They are 7th, 8th, and 9th. David Green and the brothers Wallace, Kenny and Mike, 8 and 90 respectively.
Mike McLaughlin trying to get by Patty Movies as they come off turn 4. And just about, they did make some contact, actually, as now, the 18 car, and that's who's driving in? That's Tom Peck. Tom Peck.
Tom's good to see him back in Busch Grand National Racing again. It's been a while since we've seen him behind the wheel, but he had some of his best runs in his career here at the Darlington Raceway.
No doubt about it. He's always run well at this racetrack, getting back and getting a chance to get back active in Busch Series competition. That's the car number 18, Peck out of McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania.
Lachlan and just about to make contact, but there goes Tom Peck. He told me this is the first race he's driven of any kind this year. He's been spotted, been watching, but they called him and said, we'd like for you to drive, and he was happy to do so.
Heavy contact Tracy Leslie had earlier with Chad Little. Now Bill Weber has caught up with Tracy. Bill?
And Jerry, he's very disappointed. 13th in points. You wanted to rack up some more today. Tracy, your version of what happened out there.
Well, we started 19th, Detroit Gasket, Monte Carlo, and coming to the front, we moved up 6-7 spots in 10 laps, trying to be conservative, plus trying to, keep the leaders in sight. I think we were running a little quicker than the leaders, come up on the 3 and the 23, and I guess the 23 car couldn't wait, to get around the 3. He wanted to turn him sideways there, and I backed off a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4, got down underneath him, tried to get on the apron, and they'll come down into me, put me in a mess that had nothing in mind doing. I don't know, it's the 4th time this year, like I told them guys, that we've been taken out by that car. I don't know, I can appreciate people running for the championship, but, there's 40 other guys out there too, and, to be doing stuff like that 10 laps into the race. Bad news.
Tracy Leslie's here watching the 60 car of Mark Martin. Now, he is flicking them off one by one. Whatever they did to that car, guys, obviously helped it a bunch.
Apparently, the car was pushing. It turned, the front end simply wouldn't turn. And they took a rubber out of the right front. That'll have a tendency to loosen the car up a little bit. So, yeah, you're right. It's working here. He comes up on Kenny Wallace, moves to the inside. Whoops. Didn't quite make it there. He'll get him in a lap or so. And there's Ricky Craven came back up on the outside while Mark was down on the inside up there trying to pass Wallace. And Craven took advantage of that situation. Martin had just passed Craven about 2 laps ago for position.
Tell you what, you don't see him run through 1 and 2 side by side too much. But now Ricky's going to have to back off, and he's got to worry about Mike Wallace, because here comes Mike on the inside. And he's going to take the spot away from Craven. No, he's not good.
Well, maybe. That's 10th spot back there. That is Craven in 10th. The 2-car, Ricky Craven, and Mike Wallace, the 90 car, in 11th spot. And once again, Mark Martin.
Oh, he got Craven. David Green.
That's Troy Beebe in the car number 24 that gets into the side of David Green. And Green's car goes T-boning backwards into the concrete. Now, Kenny Wallace gets his car fired, and Mark Martin somehow made it through that mess.
I don't know how.
Well, we said it's the top of the show, man. It's going to be exciting.
Yep. Let's see.
We didn't lie.
Let's see what happens. There's Troy Beebe in the 24 car. And we see that Troy Beebe gets in the 44 car for some reason. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a better picture from inside Mark Martin's car, but
I don't believe Kenny Wallace hit anything.
Let's listen here. This is the roof cam.
Mark just eased down in there, had the brakes on, had that car under control, and saw them just carting away. The water party for him, and he just drove right on under them.
All right, one more angle of this accident.
It looks like the 44 and the 24 just made some contact while they were side by side and couldn't get away from each other. They made the slight contact, and then boom, they're back in touching each other once again.
Well, rest assured, the car on the outside, it doesn't take much of a bump to send him on around, because he's almost out of control. There's David Green going behind the wall as the leaders come into the pits.
Here's Larry Pearson, Tim Feedwood, Jason Keller, and here's the Winn-Dixie car of Mark Martin. Boy, he just made it look so easy when he came down and backed out. Here's Kenny Wallace's crew. Changing right sides, now left sides. Likewise, Mike Wallace's crew. Now, the NASCAR Busch Series rules for the caution flags is 2 sets of tires for the entire race for the caution, and 2 per position. Here's Martin's Winn-Dixie car down and away. Larry Pearson the next out. Jason Keller as they come down. Kevin LePage coming down pit road. Rodney Combs, Speedway and Company.
Where's Ward Burton, the leader? Is he fitting on the back? John Colonel, what's going on with the leader?
Ward Burton and Johnny Benson have radioed in and told their crews when they came around, the red flag was out at pit road, signifying that it was not open. That's the reason the first place and the second place cars did not duck onto pit road.
Man, oh man, what a tough. Now they got to go to an absolute rear of the field. Man, oh man.
What a tough break. Ward Burton in the car number 95 and Benson the lead 2 cars, first and second. We'll come down and get service, and we'll take a quick break and sneak away and come back with green flag racing action from the track Too Tough to Tame, Darlington, South Carolina. So stay with us.
Tim, is there any way we can get the air fixed before the show?
Yeah, I'll get it fixed.
Tim, call Tri-County Air Conditioning. You know they'll have it fixed in no time.
Tri-County. What's their number?
485 and a bunch of 2s.
All right, 485. And how many 2s?
No matter what the weather, Tri-County makes it better.
Finally, it's cool time.
Tri-County makes it better.
In a recent state of Florida motor vehicle make, model, and manufacturer study, only one make was ranked #1 for fewest chronic defects. Out of the top 20, Ford finished 19th, Chrysler 17th, Nissan 10, Honda 7, Lexus finished 4th, and rated #1 with fewest chronic defects, Oldsmobile. Cutlass Supreme 18.2. See the top-ranked lineup of Oldsmobiles at your Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice Oldsmobile retailer.
Burning rubber has never smelled better than when ESPN puts your face in the race with continuing coverage of the 1995 NASCAR Winston Cup Series. ESPN is right on track with all the action when the checkers fly at the Mountain Dew Southern 500, live from Darlington, South Carolina, tomorrow at 1. Feel the speed on ESPN.
Back at Darlington Raceway. Now, the spot shadow shows the green flag was waving as the lead cars came by on this caution flag, signifying that the pits were indeed open. The green flag is waving. By goes Ward Burton, by goes Johnny Benson, and the other cars peel off now and will come down and pit as they see the green flag waving, and they make their stop. But Benson and Burton have to come in the next time by.
Man, that's a tough break with those guys. But the green flag was out. Wouldn't you agree, Ned?
Yeah, I would agree. It looked like the green flag was waving. Maybe they saw somebody else out. Maybe there's a fan out there waving a red flag or something. I don't know.
They might have been looking at the wrong spot. I mean, it might not have been the spot they were looking at. As a matter of fact, there we see green flag.
Green flag, restart, lap 53, the caution for 4 laps.
And Mark Martin now is the leader of the race. And on that pit stops, he's the leader. There he goes by Jeff Fuller, the 47, the Sunoco car. Mark Martin is the second car in line, and there's Kevin LePage, the Teddy Bear, Vermont Teddy Bear car, trying to get a lap back. If Mark can get underneath him up in the corner. Yes. Pearson is the second place car. There he is.
Hold your line. Got a whole mess up here. Hold your line.
That must have been Jeff Fuller's spotter. Hey, hold your line. You got a whole mess up here.
Hold your line now.
Jeff Fuller, a rookie here in Busch competition. Now Mike Wallace pulls out and sees Fuller in
Hold
front
your
of
line.
him. Now where do I go? I got Fuller in front of me. Wallace.
Okay, go up.
You heard Fuller's spotter say, go up, and that's what he did.
Okay, you still got one right behind you. There you go. Good job. Hold your line.
Yeah, whole mess up is right.
Hold that line, buddy. Hold that line.
That's sort of Darlington 101, isn't it?
I'm telling you. You see Jeff Green, the 3.
Hold the line there. Doing good.
Jeff's got to be wondering. Of course, he can see in his mirror that there's still a lot of cars coming up.
Stay in the gas now. Stay in the gas. Still there. Hold that line. Hold it there.
There's that Curtis Marker pulled down there behind him, and he's going to get passed by a lot of cars up there on the outside.
Gas now. Okay, come up. Stay line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Okay, come up.
There's the Fina car of Jimmy Spencer, car number 20.
He's coming back from the position, Jerry.
Craven to the car number 2, the DuPont Chevrolet right in front of him. And Craven will make a run inside of Kenny Wallace for the position. Looks to be 14th and 15th spot.
Yes, Spencer zoomed up a little bit since he was being shown as 20th. Obviously right there behind him.
Mark Martin is the leader. Has about a 6-car length advantage over Larry Pearson. There they are. And Martin really stretching it out a little bit now.
He was able to get rid of the lap traffic a little bit quicker than Larry Pearson was, so Larry picking his way up through there. But right now, it looks like Larry's car is working better. I'm sure they made an adjustment on it when he made the pit stop. Looks like it's working better than one before the caution.
There's Phil Parsons trying to get by Jason Keller for 3rd place. Right behind them is Vito and Rick Wilson. So this is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Phil had a good pit stop. got up in the top 5 and is running well, as you say, trying to take over third. He gets a run coming off the turn. Let's see. He's going to be able to make the pass.
And he pulls it off, and now Tim Keeble looks beneath Jason Keller, the 55 car. That would be for 4th place, and Rick Wilson is with Fedewa. And they shuffle Keller back to 6th.
And he don't need to look real hard because Mike Wallace is right behind him for he's in 7th spot. Jason's car is just not working like he did before the pit stop.
And one car moving toward the front edge, continuing that charge, even though he bounced off the wall in the early laps, is Jimmy Spencer.
It doesn't seem to affect the handling of the car. He was a little apprehensive for a few laps after he hit the wall, not knowing if it was sheet metal in on the fender, on the tire or whatnot.
But now, that's Jimmy Spencer. Let's just go all the way back almost to the very rear as we see Kenny Wallace. And there comes Ward Burton and Johnny Benson. The cars that were running 1 and 2 with the caution play with. Ned, don't you know they're just gritting their teeth because they had the lead and on a caution flag went to the rear.
Yeah, that has to be frustrating, no doubt. And you wonder, what did they see when they said they saw the red flag was still out and that thought that the road was closed? So they went around another lap, everybody else came in, and that's why they were at the back of the pack.
There's Nemechek and Bobby Dotter. Ward is trying to get his run and can't quite do it.
Let's update the top 15 as they're running right now in our field summary. Mark Martin being shown as the leader. You're running along with his roof cam. Larry Pearson, Bill Parsons, Fedewa, Rick Wilson, Jason Keller, Mike Wallace, Mike McLaughlin, Jeff Green, and Randy LaJoy in the top 10.
And there we see Nemechek going by Dotter. Ward Burton goes by. Benson's going to get a run. Car wiggled a little bit, but he will get the spot away.
Well, our defending series champion didn't have a very long day either, unfortunately, and David Green is standing by with John Kernan.
Jerry, you can say for David Green, it's been that kind of a year. David, the crew working on the car, what happened?
Well, trying to race the racetrack, and we ran up on 2-lap cars going into 3, and I thought for sure they had watched the mirror, but they ran us all over the track, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place car myself. Went in the corner and had him cleared, and he decided to take the whole racetrack again. So, here at Darlington, it all takes a little bit. Guys are working hard to get it back out there, but day's all over, really.
That'll be the 9th DNF this year for David Green. Talk about a miserable year. They just cannot catch a break here in 1995.
Man, 9 times.
Our points leader, Johnny Benson. If you wonder why we haven't mentioned Chad Little, it's because if you just joined us, Chad Little was involved in a wild incident early on as Benson nearly misses the back of Chris's car. But Chad Little is still behind the wall trying to get his Harris Teeter Ford repaired and get back out there. He came into this race just 29 points behind Benson in the point standings.
Steve Grissom in that blue car is not handling very good there right now. As Terry Labonte slows even more in his car down the front straightaway. He'll probably be taking his car.
And you can see as they're working on Chad Little's car, just the severe damage that was done to the Harris Teeter Ford when he landed the inside wall. Well, Bill Parsons about to lose a spot as Fedewa gets underneath him, and Rick Wilson gets underneath him, and then both those cars will go by.
That's 3rd position. Parsons held it. Maybe something's wrong with Bill Parsons, losing 3 spots in less than a straightaway.
Once you got out there on the outside, and they just come right on by, you watch one try to duck back in front of somebody. That was smart driving.
And we'll show you the distance to our leader, Mark Martin. There is Mark Martin, the Winn-Dixie Ford Thunderbird. Martin started back in 5th position. He leads Larry Pearson, Tim Weeks, Fedewa, Rick Wilson, and Mike Wallace. Back in a moment.
If you don't replace your air and oil filters regularly, you might as well drive your car off a cliff, because dirt can really mess up an engine. Fram Extra Life air filters and Fram Extra Guard oil filters keep out dirt best to protect your engine. Fram, America's #1 premium brand. Pay a little now or a lot later.
Buy any 2 Fram filters and get your favorite officially licensed NFL team cap for $1.99.
It's Racing Roundup.
Welcome, Phil Parsons, driver of the number 99 Luxair Chevrolet. Phil, are you getting comfortable with your new sponsor?
It's real comfortable here at home, but man, it's cold outside.
No. What about the deal?
Got a great deal on a new Luxair gas furnace. It's 92% efficient. That's performance.
Come on, Phil. How do you find Luxair to work with?
Easy. Just look in the yellow pages for your Luxair dealer, or call 1-800-LUXAIR.
Electric Start Suzuki Dual Sport 650, 350, 250, and 125. No other line has a wider range.
Race Day America, featuring the Mountain Dew Southern 500 at 1 and the Molson Indy Vancouver at 5. Then at 8 RPM, a weekly half-hour motorsports showcase. Call your local cable operator today for ESPN2 and Race Day America tomorrow.
Back at Darlington Raceway, he's won 2 in a row here in this Labor Day Classic Race 200, trying for the 3-peat in Busch Series competition.
Boy, it took a lot of confidence to do what he did early in the race. The car was not handling the way he wanted it to. I'm talking about Mark Martin. There's Larry Pearson, who's running second. Here's a battle for position as Brandon LaJoy goes on the inside of Jeff Green, takes position. There's Jimmy Spencer coming right up too, so he's going to take the position also from Jeff Green. Though what I was saying about Mark Martin, came in during an early caution period and made adjustments on the car and had all of that traffic to go through, and boy, it's so easy to get in trouble when you're back there in that pack. But he had a lot of confidence in himself and in the car that he could come back up through, and sure enough he did.
And a lot of confidence in this racetrack that there would be more caution flags to help him catch up.
Sure.
And they worked.
Well, Terry Labonte has had to call it a day, unfortunately, and I think Kyle Petty has caught up with him. Kyle?
No, I haven't caught up with him. He's on the backstretch where I'm going to be tomorrow. He just pulled in over there because that's where they keep the Busch cars. But he lost the cylinder early in the race. He decided to keep running until he could get to that first caution and see if a plug wire or something was off. It wasn't. He ran a little bit longer. He lost another cylinder. He said, look, I'm racing 6 cylinders against 8. Guys, I got to do this again tomorrow. I'm not going to hang around out here. So he's parked it on the backstretch and he's headed to the house.
Good point.
And they're pushing the P4 car behind the wall, too. He had a good qualifying run here. Started in the 14th position, the Farmer's Choice Chevrolet, but he's out of the race now.
That was Steve Fiedler going by Rick Wilson, also Mike Wallace.
We are told that Phil Parsons has reported to David Epps, his crew chief, that the car has gotten very loose, and that's the reason we've seen him drop back. He was running in 3rd spot a moment ago, and has lost about 3 or 4 positions.
I see Fraser Johnson on the side of that car. No, he didn't lose his sponsor. That's another company name, Luxair Fraser Johnson, same company.
Oh, I see. We're a couple laps away from halfway. 74 laps will be half of 147.
It is?
Well,
the way you figure, huh?
With this playing right out here close anyway. And they will give him the halfway mark next time by. Johnny Vincent, you see, started 3rd, is trying to make his way back up through the pack line. Kenny Wallace there.
And he will take over that 15th spot, or 14th, I guess. Bad looking race car. And Mike Wallace continues his great run towards the front as he's right behind Tim Fiedler trying to take over that spot.
That's for 3rd position. And here is Craven going by Phil Parsons, who we are told has an ill-handling race car. Not the place you want to have a loose race car. I mean, you wouldn't want to have one anywhere, but particularly not here.
What they tell that guy a while ago, Ned, Jeff Fuller, there's a whole wad on behind him.
Yeah.
Phil There's a whole wad of them behind you. Meanwhile, Spencer and Randy LaJoy at the back end of that battle. McLaughlin. And let's see, there's 75. Rick Wilson. Craven. Now, let's go see what's happening with Mike Wallace as he tries to get by 70. The 55 can't make it.
Not yet. That's third position. The 55 will keep
Henry Sadler just blew up as he went down the front straightaway, I'll tell you. Boy, Henry Sadler's had a tough year. First year on in his own team. There he is with the walk car. Had a tough year.
And we told you Pete Orr had a great qualifying run, but has been behind the wall. I think Kyle caught up with him, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sitting here beside Pete Orr. They're working on his car, trying to get him to get back out there and get some laps on the racetrack. You've never been here before. I think everybody in the country pretty much knows what I think about this place. I said it the last time we were down here. What do you think about this place?
Well, I'm not going to go the extremes you did. This kind of reminds me of old track in Florida, West Palm Beach Fairgrounds Speedway, where I started. It was a half-mile track and had similarities, similar corners, but this place was 10 times worse than I ever thought. I thought there was a lot of media hype about how tough Darlington was. Absolutely not. It was 10 times worse than I ever thought. But we had a good qualifying run. I think we surprised a lot of people, including ourselves. The guys give me this Farmer's Choice Chevrolet here. I'd like to say thanks to the Tampa Bay Tidro people. They've been behind this. Eddie Jones, all the guys did a great job. Fortunately, Saturday didn't go as well as Friday for us.
Well, that's what he thinks about it the first time, and that's a lot to think about, let me tell you.
And Ricky Craven has a little bit to think, too. Here's DuPont Chevrolet. You can see is missing some parts, or they've been rearranged out there.
Yeah, the left side is damaged pretty heavily.
Now we'll bring out caution for the fourth time today here at Darlington Raceway. Craven makes his way into the backstretch pits. Here's a replay of what happened.
This is from our speed shot. We'll see if we can see Craven.
Well, there he is sideways coming off the turn, Vinny. And down to the inside retaining wall, and there's some left side damage. That's where it gets it.
Well, leaders are coming down pit road, aren't they? Yep, sure are. Here comes Mark Martin and the 92 car, Larry Pearson.
As they come down pit road, down the front stretch, caution flag waves.
And they'll take on that other set of Goodyear permitted, as you said, to make during caution flag period. Let's go to the pits for John Kerr.
The leader is in. He's going to have a 4-tire change. Steve Neal has already made a chassis adjustment on the left around the wedge in. Stack 360, 92, 90. Larry Pearson, the right side tires going on there. Left side's already coming off of Mark Martin's car. Left side's on the 90, and Jeff Green heads down pit road after a very quick time. The problem with the left front tire on Mark Martin's car. He is finally down and away. Gas only for Green. And Larry Pearson, they are still in, still having a little bit of a problem with the left front tire. And there goes Mike Wallace, and Larry Pearson is finally down and away, as is Johnny Benson.
So, wholesale pit stops here under the fourth caution flag today at Darlington Raceway. That'll reshuffle the field. We'll set them for you when we come back to more of the Gatorade 200 after this.
You know, a lot of people who work on their cars will only shop at AutoZone. They depend on us for the best quality parts and low prices every day. They come in, get what they need, and then get back to work. Because you see, they believe if you want the job done right, you do it yourself. Well, at AutoZone, we couldn't agree more. Because when you take the time and the effort to work on your car yourself, you ought to be choosy about where you shop. We just thank you for choosing AutoZone.
Smaller electrodes, more power. More electrodes, faster start.
Suddenly, everybody has a new spark plug idea promising instant higher performance. But one new plug's idea is higher performance that lasts. Introducing Autolite Double Platinum. Platinum on both sides of the gap for faster starts and more power every time. Platinum to platinum firing for guaranteed peak performance, long after other ideas have peaked out. Autolite Platinum and now Autolite Double Platinum. More precious metal for your precious metal.
When traffic congestion changes, the threats to your car's engine change. That's why Quaker State has engineered intelligent oil Oil that senses the changing threats in your engine and adapts its own molecular structure for continuous protection. So whenever the driving conditions change, so does Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
Now get up to $6.60 back by mail when you buy a case of Quaker State, or up to $2.75 back by mail when you buy 5 quarts.
Back in Darlington, South Carolina, under caution for a spin by Ricky Craven, and our Bill Everett just caught up with him. Bill?
Ricky, a wild ride in the DuPont Chevrolet. You told me the track's pretty slick out there today.
Yeah. You know, I only got passed by one car all day, and that was that 60 car. And he's real fast. And then we came here to win. We kept loosening up the DuPont Chevrolet and try to free it up and just make it faster and faster. But there was a line, and we just found the line. We stepped over it. But still a good day. I mean, we've been having so much fun with the Busch Grand National team this year. And, you know, it's nice to race 8 or 10 races. You can let it hang out. And I really messed up qualifying and got us on the back stretch, and that put us at a disadvantage. But we'll get back and get ready for Dover.
Ricky Craven's out as the field goes back to green.
Restart, lap 83. Fourth caution flag today is over. Jim Fedua being shown as our leader. Now, he was the pole sitter here in the spring, but did not lead a lap. As the field now single file comes out of turn 2.
Jerry, I don't think he made a pit stop during this caution period. And most of the other leaders did. Here's the teddy bear car trying to get a lap back. That's quite good. So Tom Peck. He's up there in second place.
Got to wonder now if some of these guys aren't maybe saving their strategies a little bit, saving their tires later in the race. How about it, John Curran? Why didn't Fedua pit?
I talked to Suzuki Brian Smith just a moment ago, and he tells me, hey, there's going to be some more caution. And Spencer is in the wall waiting to see if the yellow comes out. Not yet, but Brian says there are going to be some more cautions. He wants to save that last set of tires. And Tony Uri, the three-team crew chief, also told me the same thing.
Yeah, Tony, the 3-car you're talking about, Jeff Green, I think he only took on gasoline and made a slight chassis adjustment as we see Spencer pulling down to the inside after getting into the wall again.
Let's watch the replay and see if we can see what happened. There we go. Spencer's the last car in that. He tries to go under the 90 car. And he goes up and he's, Wallace wiggles, and Spencer goes up, gets a little bit high, brushes the wall. Looks pretty good, as a matter of fact.
Like he may have tapped the rear of Mike Wallace. How about it, Kyle Petty? Let's check in with you.
I was here in between the pits, and I was at Kenny Wallace's pit, Mike Wallace's pit, and Phil Parsons. Phil Parsons put a rubber in the left rear because he was complaining about the car being loose to tighten it up. Kenny Wallace took a rubber out to loosen his car up, and the 90 car just says, forget it, guys, I want 4 new tires. So he's used up all of his tires. He's on new tires right now.
No differing strategies, and Mike Wallace going beneath Kenny on those fresh tires. Wallace will take the spot away.
Boy, race car drivers love those new tires.
Oh, yeah, no better feel.
Man, are they wonderful.
Now he's coming up on David Green in the car number 3, the Goodrich car. That's not David Green, that's Jeff Green. And anyway, he has old tires. Here's Mark Martin. He has new tires. He's trying to make it 3 over.
He sure is. And Mike Wallace is following him now. Then there's the 35 car. No, he didn't.
He didn't know he was there. Here we go. Here's the...
Is that 92?
Yeah, Larry Pierce is spinning out.
The pole sitter is fun, but I don't think he's hit anything, and he has his gear. The caution is out.
No contact. Mike Wallace and Doug Hevron. You see that roof flap still up on Hevron's car where he slid backwards. Brings out the 5th caution flag of the day here at Darlington. Lap 88.
Watch again. Now, Mike Wallace is going to follow Mark Martin, but Hevron doesn't know that Mike Wallace is there. And just a little bit of contact between Wallace and Hevron. Hevron spins, and he's lucky at all these cars behind him. And really, truly, Hevron did not hit anything then.
No, I don't think he did either. And I guess what happened back behind him there is that everybody started checking up. And now here's the 3 car getting under one car, but they get it by okay. Now here's the car spinning. Here's Pearson back there on the right side. He might have got tapped or something.
No, he tried to dodge the 8 car.
Okay.
Kenny Wallace was spinning right in front, or trying to spin right in front of him, and Larry was trying to spin. He spun to dodge him.
And now some of the guys who didn't take tires a moment ago are on pit road as Kyle Petty is there in the Phil Parsons pit.
Yeah, Phil started complaining. Phil's car's still loose. Even though they put a rubber in it, it's a good thing there's caution. They broke a right rear gun here. But they screamed for 4 tires. As soon as he started again, David said that he wanted 4 tires. The 8 car, they're tickled to death. They're missing all the wrecks. The car's driving pretty good right now. They've got another set of tires here. The guys that are going to be here with the tires at the end of the race, the way the cautions are falling, the way the attrition's coming, they're going to be the guys that's in good shape right now, guys.
Good point. A couple other cars up the pit road. Rodney Combs had the hood up on his car, and so the car number 75 was there too. Phil Carson killed the engine there, but he's going again. You can see those other cars back up there having some problems.
And Tony Erie and company putting 4 fresh Goodyears on Jeff Green's Goodrich Chevrolet. Under caution once again. We'll come back with more push action after this. Stay with us.
You can compare the Suzuki RF to a lot of things. Another motorcycle isn't one of them. Can France and Italy, Austria and England, Germany, Spain, and the Netherlands ever really agree on a single currency? Actually, they already have. Gold MasterCard. It's accepted at more cash machines around the world. Excuse me, guys. Than any other card. Look for your Gold MasterCard invitation in the mail and apply today.
Every morning I wake up starving.
I must feel that dreaming.
So I go to Burger King for a croissant sandwich with ham, egg, and cheese, plus hash browns and coffee, all for just $1.99. $1.99? I must still be dreaming.
Breakfast at Burger King.
Too hot in your car? Don't sweat it. Now at Pep Boys, get a cool deal on our air conditioning quick check for just $19.99. Our AC quick check only $19.99. Come to Pep Boys now.
Tune in tomorrow after the Southern 500 right here on ESPN for NASCAR Shop Talk. Host Eli Gold will be joined by Jeff Gordon, and you'll have the chance to buy all new Jeff Gordon collectibles. That's NASCAR Shop Talk tomorrow.
And we're back at Darlington, continuing under caution for the 5th time today. Field forming up for the restart. Tim Fedewa being shown as our leader.
Tom Peck is second. Jason Keller is third. Mark Martin fourth, and Mike Wallace fifth. Kenny Wallace is
still there. Still there.
Jeff Fuller's radio.
Bring it down, bring it down. Good job, buddy. Stroke it out now, stretch it out.
Yeah, I'm here. My microphone's still open, too.
See Mark Martin go down in turn 3. He has been able to get by Mike Wallace, and I guess Jason Keller's the only car he passed. Mike Wallace followed him by Jason Keller. And meanwhile, Jeff Fuller's Sunoco car has gotten in front of the leader, Tim Fedewa, and now he wants one of those cars to flash to try to get the lap back.
Take a look at what happened to Mark Martin here on the restart.
Well, he pulled up on the outside, and Jason Keller got under him, and you see they got together there just a little bit. A little bit surprising that Mark pulled up that way going into the turn. Could not understand that because the fast car started on the inside.
He might have knocked in the fenders a little bit because anymore they use these front fenders for downforce. It's critical, the shape of these fenders. But he goes by the Tom Peck automobile, the Uniforce car. Never see Johnny Benson is back in the race. And so is Ward Burton. He dives on the inside of Kenny Wallace and goes by.
And here comes Brandon LaJoy. He's going by Kenny as well. Kenny had to back off big time.
Never see Hebron is slow.
Apparently he had some contact with the wall, Benny. He slowed that Molotron car down, that Mike Laughlin-owned machine.
That's the car that spun just a moment ago. I don't think he hit anything up in 3 and 4, but evidently he has brushed the wall now.
Yeah, you can see some damage on the right side. That was not done in the other speed.
Too bad. Hebron driving out there with a broken ankle. And here comes Mark Martin trying to get by the teddy bear.
Larry Pearson is coming into the pits with Matt spotted his tires in that spin. He had used up all of his caution flag tires. Let's go to the pits and John Curtis.
After they got under green, Larry tried to ride it out for a couple of laps, but he radioed in and told the crew the car just does not feel good. I need tires. So they're going to take on 4 tires, and we'll check and see if they are, in fact, flat spotted. And the way he spun with the brakes locked down, you got to believe they are. And now they'll come around and work on the left side as the field thunders by. Pearson is down a lap now, and they'll put left side tires on Larry Pearson's car.
Here's battle on the racetrack. Patty Moise and the Doug Taylor car number 40, the Purex car, in front of Bill Parsons and Jeff Green, the 99 and 3 cars respectively.
Now remember, the 99 and 3 came in that last caution and took on 4 new tires.
As continuing to lead up front, Tim Fedewa being shown our leader. He's the 55 car, but running behind the rookie Jeff Fuller. Our AutoZone race recap, Fedewa has led 16 at 95 laps. There are lead changes. 5 cautions bring the lap and our average speed by virtue of all those caution flags a shade over 124.7 miles per hour. Our lap leaders, Larry Pearson. Our pole sitter, Johnny Benson, Ward Burton, Mark Martin, and Tim Fedewa. Out of race, Chad Little, Tracy Leslie, Buckshot Jones, Stevie Reeves, and Tommy Houston. As well as Troy Beebe, Terry Lamonti, and the latest retiree, Jimmy Spencer.
Okay, Fedewa, patience, patience, patience. And here comes LePage on the inside. Now Mark will go on the inside and probably take the lead. Yes, he is.
Well, I think Tim Fedewa exercised some patience, but boy, he was about to get inside.
Now spun coming off the 4th corner. Now we see Vincent going by Jason Keller, taking over the 4th spot.
Mark and Mike Wallace have much fresher tires than Tim Fedewa.
Come down, there you go. Car inside. Stay up there, hold your line, stay up there. Good job, stay up there, hold your line.
And they're 3 abreast.
Hold your line. Still a car inside. Another car inside. Stay in the gas. Here goes another one. Clear behind you, buddy. Clear behind you. Lot of room. Lot of room.
Well, he keeps it simple, but you don't have time for long explanations, do you?
Lot of room now. Work the rhythm up again. Let's go.
Contact between the 55 and 60, and Fedewa's in the inside. He's going to take the lead back from Mark Martin, and Martin might lose that 2nd spot to Benson.
Boy, Benson has come up from 5th place.
Oh, contact out of turn 2. Fedewa and Martin come together, and Fedewa spins around once, twice, and that will definitely bring out the caution flag.
He ain't hit him, man. Hey, he's got 4 new tires. He wants the caution to get some tires. He's going to have to go to the back anyway. This is not going to work to his disadvantage, I don't think.
Man, oh man.
It happens in a hurry here at the track Too Tough to Tame, Darlington Raceway. There's Mark Martin.
Now the question is, does Mark have any damage to his Winn-Dixie cars? Because they had to brush as they exited that 2nd corner, and now Fedewa spun down in the 3rd corner and backs in the wall.
Well, he does have some damage now.
You see the left front tire is flat. I guess that he had some tires go flat as he spun over there, and some pretty doggone serious damage to the rear. Here's a replay. He and Mark come up the 2nd corner, and he loses contact. He goes up, bangs Mark. He keeps control. Mike Wallace goes on the inside, and folks, he doesn't hit a thing here.
Well, I tell you, that could have been a big, big wreck right there.
Huge wreck. Because look at all those cars coming behind them.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Okay, here's the initial contact from the roof camera.
There we see him lose control. When he saves it, he comes back in the side of Mark, and then when he jerks it away from Mark, he'll go up, and he goes up, bangs Mark. Now when he jerks it away, he will lose control. And watch Mike Wallace and the 74 cars, they split him when he goes by, as they go by.
One more angle of this accident, bringing out the 6th caution flag.
There he is, Tim Feedaway. You can see the back end get a little bit loose. He slides up into Mark. He corrects it right there. Then the back end goes around again. Here's Mike Wallace coming down there. Benson goes by on the outside, spins down out of the way of all of that traffic that was behind him.
My goodness, that could have been a wild one. At least a dozen cars behind these two, but boy, Mark Martin just held it straight as an arrow.
Yeah, Mark Martin does a great job here to save his car, because most people would have jerked away from that car and spun themselves out.
There's the Feedaway crew now working on the right side of that car. John Kernan is there.
A lot of sheet metal damage. In fact, the sheet metal on the right rear is open that I can see through the windshield to see out to the other side of pit road. They changed the right side tires. They'll come around the left side. The left front tire completely flat, as was the right front tire. Feedaway is, and the jack goes down before they get the tires on, and now they're having all kinds of problems. This is really going to slow them down as the pace car is headed to the start and finish line. Now they're waiting finally to run that time. Tim Feedaway is down and away. He will not lose a lap, but we could probably expect him to do a little more work on that damaged sheet metal.
Yeah, John, I think he's going to have to come back, because it appears as if part of it might be, well, I don't see any smoke though, but it looks like it's rubbing against that tire.
It looks like when he goes in the corner, that quarter panel's going to come down and hit that right rear tire. So they're going to have to get that off the tire. What's that record doing now? Once again, we're going to watch the spin between Feedaway and Mark Martin. He goes up, makes contact. Now let's watch as he comes around. Does he blow the tire in the spin? Tire's up there. We'll watch as he continues to. Now we pan off of him. Evidently, the right rear tire blew going in the corner is why that he spun, and that did all the damage to the right rear quarter panel.
I'll be a son of a gun. Those tires, when they cut one, they come apart with a lot of force. Tim Feedaway, the Duragloss Ford, bringing out caution flag number 6. We'll be back at Darlington after this.
There's no track in the world that's tougher on brakes than the one in Martinsville, Virginia. And when drivers take the green flag here, they all have one thing in common: the same brand of brakes. Because without them, you can't come down this straightaway at 120 miles an hour and still make it through the turn. So which brand do the top drivers use to get them through 500 laps at Martinsville? Performance Friction Carbon Metallic. And we stock them at AutoZone.
It's not the instrument, it's who's playing it. It's not the club, it's who swings it. It's not just the phone, it's the people who make it ring. It's the people who are always there for you. It's the people at GTE MobileNet. More than cellular phones, cellular service. Please let us know how we can serve you.
Dodge changed the rules of truck power, the rules of safety, comfort, convenience. And while we were changing those rules, another one changed all by itself. New rule: Dodge pickups now have higher resale than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. Want proof? Check the rule book. The rules have changed. At America's Truck Stop, the new Dodge.
Fellas, get a load. Sinatra tickets. Get this. I can't make it. Get out. Nah, hand to God. I gotta get rid of them. How much? $40. It's gotta be killing you. Please. It's just that it's Wednesday night and something else came up and I can't miss it.
Don't forget, Wednesday night baseball, Cal Ripken makes baseball history as he passes Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played streak. Cal Ripken.
That's sick. I'm gonna kick his butt. Get it before he leaves. No, I want my money back.
Back at Darlington Raceway, ESPN2's RPM Tonight. Coming up tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the definitive racing highlight show, RPM Tonight. We'll keep you updated on all the special features debuting this show. NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, motorcycles, IMSA, Supercross, you name it. It'll be on RPM Tonight. It debuts tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be on every single Sunday night. So don't forget to tune in to RPM Tonight.
Now we saw Larry Pearson stop a moment ago, change 4 tires on the green, lose a lap. He's on the outside of Mark Martin trying to get that lap back. Will he be successful? We'll know in just a few seconds.
Yep, he has low pressure tires than does Mark.
39 laps remain here at Darlington, South Carolina.
But Mark had the inside groove. Showing 18 cars still on the lead lap. Pit stops after his problems there. Back in 17th position on this restart. Roger Cummings did make pit stop also.
See Joe Nemechek getting on the lap car of Jeff Fuller.
Okay, goes another one.
The 34 car, Mike McLaughlin, who Fuller raced many years in the...
Another one inside.
Open wheel cars are modified.
Stay up there. Hold your line. Hold your line.
Meanwhile, back to the lead. Here comes Mike Wallace on the inside of Larry Pearson. He moved by the lap car.
So Larry in 19th position. Lap down.
Johnny Benson. Well, I tell you what, if he can have a great day today with Chad Little having his problem, he just joined us. Chad Little crashed out early in the race, so he would give about 100. Oh, and something's wrong with the 90 car. Mike Wallace off the pace. And here goes the 92 car by. It's Benson. The look on the inside.
I wonder if maybe Mike Wallace didn't get a little high up in turn 2 and just lost his momentum. We'll take a look at it. Here he is. Yeah, that's why he went so slow off of that turn. He had to let off the gas, get that thing gathered back in.
And to get his heart beating again.
That's right.
Mike Wallace, a 3-time winner last year, still looking for the first victory in 1995. His best finish this year, a second-place run at Dover, Delaware.
Jeff Green, the 3 car, the Goodwrench Chevrolet, going by the Channel Lock car. Steve Grissom, that's the blue number 29. There goes Phil Parsons by McLaughlin, taking a position away.
These guys had been battling for 7th spot, and here's another battle as they touch.
And that's second place. Benson has it. Mike Wallace back to 3rd. Brandon LaJoy, the Duraloop car. We got a spin out on the backstretch. Robbie Reiser, FDP brakes car, and the caution flag waves. And Pearson did not get his lap back. Did not get his lap back.
It's going to be a break for Tim Feedwell. He looked like he was running pretty good, but he had some trouble with some lap cars back there and had really gotten almost behind. Now he's ready to catch up.
Here's the contact again that caused Robbie Reiser, or possibly helped him a little bit. He's spinning, and there is Jason Keller, who is apparently on the brakes and just nudges him slightly in the door, and Keller goes on.
And Tom Peck, car number 18. Tom lost a lap somewhere along the way. Apparently, they said he had a bad pit stop, so apparently he lost a lap in the pits. We saw him up there in the top 5 for a good while, but now he's being shown 1 lap down.
And there's the Wisconsin short track ace, Robbie Reiser, who spun and brought out the latest caution flag. Back with more from Darlington in just a moment.
Your car's engine was made for the open road. But that's not where it is day in and day out. Stop-and-go driving can kill an engine by creating deposits and wear that rob performance and shorten engine life. That's why you need the added protection of TM8, a new engine treatment from Valvoline. TM8 coats moving parts with 8 friction-fighting ingredients, including Teflon. So no matter where you are, your engine will run just like it's on the open road. TM8 from Valvoline, because driving is more stop than go.
I never park up front in a parking lot. That's how door dings happen. The towels bug my wife. She calls me a tightwad, but I'm not a tightwad. I just don't want to scratch the upholstery. No, if people took care of their cars, they wouldn't have to keep buying new ones. Pure oil now. I change my own oil and use Purelator filters. Pure oil later. Have to watch the dog up there. Tell legends live on Purelator. Oh, look, a nickel.
The amazing split-fire spark plug won a United States patent.
Does it really work? Is it that much better?
It's guaranteed. 5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs. You'll feel it work. Guaranteed. A 4.8% gain in mileage. You'll save because it works. Guaranteed. There's nothing like a split fire. You'll get more power and more mileage for your money back. You'll get more here, and you'll spend less here. Guaranteed.
You know, it's going to be a great season. It is. You think? It's just going to be really terrific here. I'll tell you something. Miami has a chance to win everything.
Super Bowl?
They got a chance to win it all.
And
well, can the Niners repeat?
Yeah.
Can Dallas pick up ground?
Yeah.
Will the AFC have a shot in the Super Bowl?
No.
Back at Darlington Raceway, take a look at how they're running the top 15 as you're riding along on the roof cam. The Winn-Dixie Ford, Mark Martin, our leader, Johnny Benson, Mike Wallace, Ward Burton, and Randy LaJoy in the top 5.
Nemechek, Phil Parsons, and Mike McLaughlin. And we are almost ready for a restart. Here they come. Larry Pearson on the outside, that black and gold car.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Trying to get a lap back, and once again he fails as Mark Martin, the Winn-Dixie car, back in the lead.
They're showing 17 cars on the lead lap, making 18 cars on the lead lap, with Larry Pearson being the last car on the lead lap.
Benson has been able to get by Pearson in the second spot. Here comes a 90, Mike Wallace, and the 94 car, Fuller, being pushed up high.
They're behind you. Come down if you can. Come down.
I see Nemechek. There's LaJoy, Phil Parsons, and Mike McLaughlin, and Jeff Green. All those cars racing for position. And there's the leader, Mark Martin, just driving away.
Remember, Mark Martin has that pushed-in left front wheel well, but in contact with Tim Beal. Here's Joe Nemechek and Randy LaJoy moving by the Jeff Fuller car. Phil Parsons comes right along with them. Mark Martin pulling away from Johnny Benson.
It is.
Kevin Page has been running up there in the car 71 for the last 50 or 60 laps, but he's a lap down.
So we can see damage to the side of Mark Martin's car where he made some contact. We can see right behind the left front tire, the tire mark from the 55 car of Fedewa. It doesn't look like it's affected the running of the car. Might have helped, if anything, Ned.
Might have. It just pulls away.
And we were told that Mark Martin has just passed Harry Gant for the most Busch-Strat National laps ever led at Darlington. 584 laps as of the last time by.
Tell you what, Mike Wallace has got his hands full right there. Wallace, Ward Burton, and Rick Wilson. And there we see Nemechek and Randy LaJoy. Bill Parsons right behind him. There's Fedewa. The 63 car, the blue car, is Curtis Martin. And there's the young lady, Patty Moise, in the Dial Purex car in 40. And here comes Fedewa. As we watch Fedewa trying to get by Moise, we'll go back to the race for third place. Mike Wallace, Ward Burton, and Rick Wilson.
Here's Burton on the inside of Wallace, and will try to take the spot away. Mike Wallace has a Robert Yates engine in the car, but now Burton will take the spot.
I think Rick Wilson's at least a lap down, and he made a green flag pit stop a little while ago. He's not if they're running for position.
So now Ward Burton, the Caterpillar car, is gone by Mike Wallace.
And they are telling us that Rick Wilson is 4 laps down, so apparently he has put up on the car momentarily. So the battle third and fourth place there between the 95 of Ward Burton and the 90 of Mike Wallace.
See, that's the problem being half blind. You can't see all those things. Got to depend on you guys. Yep. I see those blue ones and red ones and white ones.
And where is Mark Martin? Well, there he is.
It starts to say gone, but Johnny Benson is not that far behind him. There's Benson. Second place car, the Lipton T car.
In fact, Benson has closed in a little bit on his last 3 or 4 laps.
He is closing in, isn't he?
Well, whether that's Mark Martin is just sort of taking it easy and letting, or Benson has a faster car.
And we'll slide back and show you another battle back here, the 87 and 64. Joe Nemechek and Randy LaJoy.
And LaJoy is taking a look on the inside. And LaJoy is going to take the spot. And Ian Nemechek almost made contact as LaJoy moves into 5th. Nemechek is 6th. Then and Phil Parsons would be 7th. They're closed in on the back bumper of the Mike Wallace automobile. Mike has reported his car being loose now.
Yeah, but they thought he might have a tire going down, but he's still out there.
Oh, in the 64, LaJoy spins and hits the wall hard down in the first corner.
Caution is out. Fire is coming from underneath the car.
Man, that's a tough break.
What a tough break for Randy LaJoy in the Duralube Chevrolet. Had a great run going. He hit that wall a ton up there.
They just moved into 5th place. You can see a lot of damage done to that Chevrolet.
And you can see that the underneath of the car dragging the racetrack. That's what all the sparks are.
Here's a look once again at what happened left side of your screen.
He goes down in the corner and just hits the apron, gets the car a little bit sideways and goes up and bam, hits that wall hard. Knocked the fuel pump off. That's all the fire that we see on the right side of the car. Broke a gas line off.
It looks like, Benny, he goes into the turn. We'll take a look at it again from this angle. But as you pointed out, it looked like his left front wheel got down on the apron of the racetrack and it upset the chassis of the car, and away he went.
And all these guys behind riding through the debris now, they all got to be concerned that we're going to get a flat tire.
Yeah.
One more angle, and you can see how violently that he smacked the wall. I said gas line. It might be an oil line, but it looked like would be where the gasoline line off the fuel pump would be. And we see Randy is crawling out of the car, so obviously he's okay. Well, he's not very happy. He's physically okay. Mentally, he's a wreck.
And Randy, who finished second here in this race at Darlington back 2 years ago to Mark Martin, will not get a top 5 finish today. Under caution for the 8th time today at Darlington Raceway. We'll be right back after this.
If you don't replace your air and oil filters regularly, you might as well drive your car off a cliff, because dirt can really mess up an engine. Fram Extra Life air filters and Fram Extra Guard oil filters keep out dirt best to protect your engine. Fram, America's #1 premium brand. Pay a little now for a lot later.
Buy any 2 Fram filters and get your favorite officially licensed NFL team cap for $1.99.
Excuse me? That's better. Excuse me? That's better. Excuse me? Excuse me. There's nothing better than a steak from Winn-Dixie.
Back at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, Kyle Petty, Bill Weber, John Kernan, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, and yours truly, Jerry Punch, bringing you the waning laps of the Gatorade 200. Good crowd on hand for Busch Grand National Racing action, Darlington style here at the track. Too tough to tame, getting set for a restart after caution number 8 was on for 5 laps. We're at lap 133.
Tried to stay with Mark Martin going into the turn, wanted to get back to the lead lap, but once he got to that turn, he had to back off. So he was in the wrong position on the outside.
Five positions down the backstretch. Turn 3. There's the leader, Mark Martin. Second place, Johnny Benson.
13 laps remain here at Darlington, South Carolina. Martin the leader, Benson in second.
And a real battle right now, waging for that second spot. Ward Burton, the Caterpillar car, has closed up on the back bumper of Johnny Benson. Watch as he drives in the corner, closes up, trying to get position underneath, can't quite do it.
Bill Parsons just Joe Nemechek going into turn 3. Now moves into Mike Wallace.
And a moment ago, Randy LaJoie had heavy contact with the first turn wall after a great run, and now Bill Weber has caught up with him.
Randy, it was a great run for you, but you took a pretty vicious lick there.
I tell you what, this Duraloop car is running really good, and boy, I tell you, I don't know. Got a right rear tire going down straight away. I felt it go down. Got sideways before I entered the corner. There was nothing I can do. It's just, I knew the tire was going down. I lifted it a little early, tried to slow down from hitting the wall. And you cut a right rear tire, you know you're going to hit the wall. And it's too bad because I think we had a good race car. I know we had a good race car, and I think we could have had something for the leaders.
He's okay. He walked back to the pits, and he did have a good car, and he's having a good time once again.
So that's why he cut down to the inside, because that tire was going fast. It's a natural thing to do. Tim Fedor coming down pit road, his car started smoking, so he's going behind the wall.
And Benson has caught Mark Martin. He is, and evidently Martin has some type of problem with Benson. Man, oh man, just all of a sudden he closes up right on the back bumper.
That's a battle for the lead up front. Martin and Benson. Benson the point leader by 49 points coming in over Chad Little, who had problems early on with an accident, so still winding down.
We're told that Mark has not called his pit crew and said there's something wrong.
I think what's wrong is that 74 car is a little bit faster right now. Oh, got some trouble up here in turns 4.
Caution comes out again. This is Greg Clark from Old Chatham, New York, in the Chatham Fuel Chevrolet. His car comes to rest in the waving caution flag as we approach 10 laps to go here in the Gatorade 200 at Darlington Raceway. We'll come back in just a moment.
Now at Pep Boys, get any 4 of our 35,000-mile all-season steel-belted tires at an incredible low $109. That's right, any 75 or 80 series, any 4, just $109 at Pep Boys now.
Your car's engine was made for the open road. But that's not where it is day in and day out. Stop-and-go driving can kill an engine by creating deposits and wear that rob performance and shorten engine life. That's why you need the added protection of TM8, a new engine treatment from Valvoline. TM8 coats moving parts with 8 friction-fighting ingredients, including Teflon. So no matter where you are, your engine will run just like it's on the open road. TM8 from Valvoline. Because driving is more stop than go.
Every morning I wake up starving.
Must feel that dreaming.
So I go to Burger King for a croissant sandwich with ham, egg, and cheese, plus hash browns and coffee, all for just $1.99. $1.99? I must still be dreaming.
Breakfast at Burger King.
Race Day America. The single biggest day of the year in auto racing. And there's only one place to find it. ESPN2. Over 8 hours of wall-to-wall, back-to-back, pedal-to-the-metal road and track. Featuring in-car coverage of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 live at 1 o'clock. and the Molson Indy Vancouver at 5. Then at 8, it's the world premiere of RPM, a weekly half-hour motorsports showcase. Call your local cable operator today and get hooked up for ESPN2 and Race Day America. Tomorrow beginning at 12:30 on ESPN2.
And we're back at Darlington Raceway with the 9th caution flag today. A brand new record for cautions here as Mark Martin is our leader. Here's what brought out the yellow flag.
See, Rodney Combs, the 43 car, going by Greg Clark. I don't know if it's contact or not.
Rodney Combs has made some contact with someone because there is damage to the front end of his Pontiac. There it is. You can see on the right front.
And there's the damage on the right side of the Snapper Pontiac. And while we're under caution, we will take this break and come back with more green flag racing action. That's the guy they're chasing, Mark Martin. Back in a moment.
It's our 20th year anniversary celebration only at Harbison Swanston RV.
Harbison Swanston RV, Central Florida's #1 RV dealer in motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, sales, parts, and service. Save thousands now on all 95 models like Winnebago, Coachman, and Fleetwood. We have the largest selection. 2 locations, Holiday, Clearwater, Florida on US 19. We'll see you at Harbison Swanston RV. Customer satisfaction guaranteed.
All right, class, get out your notebooks. It's convenient. 2 campuses, one in Bradenton, one in Venice. It's flexible, AM, PM, year-round. It's for all ages, from the end of high school through the rest of your life. It's affordable, $35 per credit hour. What are we talking about? Manatee Community College. Get your associate in arts or associate in science. Bradenton campus, 755-1511. South campus, 493-3504. You will be quizzed on this later.
AC's Football Elite. This week, Mac Brown in North Carolina welcome the Syracuse Orangemen to Chapel Hill in an ACC Big East skirmish. The Syracuse Orangemen versus the North Carolina Tar Heels. Tonight at 7:30, only on ESPN.
Don't forget tomorrow night, the debut of RPM Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Definitive Racing Highlight Show. All the highlights of NASCAR, IndyCar, motorcycles, IMSA, you name it, RPM Tonight. Coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Back to green flag racing. Less than 10 laps to go. In fact, make it 6 laps to go as we show lap 141 here at Darlington.
And that's why the cars started single file, because under NASCAR rules, within the last 10 laps, all the cars on the lead lap line up nose to tail, and the cars that are laps down do not get up and mess with it.
Here is Elton Sawyer going around the Jeff Green car number 3, and Mike Wallace, he seems to be having some problems in the turns. His car is just not working too good as Jason Keller tries to get on the inside of Jeff Green as well. Mark Martin, of course, the leader. Johnny Benson is second. Ward Burton is third. Phil Parsons fourth. And Mike Wallace in fifth.
And now we see Steve Grissom gets on the inside of Jason Keller, trying to take that spot away.
That's the 9th position Keller has right there. Grissom is 10th. McLaughlin is 11th.
Back in line.
And Mark Martin pulling away slightly, and there's the battle on the racetrack for the 2nd spot.
Yeah, both Ward Burton in the 10 car, number 95, he's right on, and Phil Parsons not far behind in 4th place.
Just looks like it takes Benson a couple of laps to get his Lipton T car running. Now look, he's already pulled a couple of car lengths away, and I think he's going to start closing on Mark Martin.
I think the last lap that he has closed on. You're right, Benny. I think it just takes him a little bit to get the thing going. Maybe he backs up to get him a running start. Better not back up too far, because this race is getting close to over.
Exactly. He might back up off a ledge if he's not careful.
There's Martin, the guy they're chasing, the Winn-Dixie Ford, trying to make it a 3-peat, 3 in a row here in the Gatorade 200 at Darlington Raceway, having won it back in 93 and 94. There's Johnny Benson. He has won twice this year. His victories coming in Atlanta and Hickory.
And Mike Wallace about to lose another position. Joe Nemechek goes around and takes over 5th.
Another spot for Mike McLaughlin in the car number 34, moving inside the car number 29, taking the spot away. That is 10th position. Less than 3 laps to go.
Number 29, of course, he won at Bristol last week. This is the same car that he ran at Bristol. He wrecked the car that he planned to run at Darlington here in practice, so had to go to the backup car, which is the car he ran at Bristol, and just doesn't seem to be working too good.
There were the first 4 cars. Mark Martin was the leader. Johnny Benson in second. Ward Burton, there's the leader. Second place car Benson. Third place Ward Burton. And Phil Parsons is in fourth.
And if you're looking for Chad Little and wondering about that point battle, he right now is being credited with 40th position by virtue of exiting early in an accident. So certainly Benson, irrespective of whether he wins or finishes second, will stretch out the point lead.
White flag. One more, and Mark, hold on. Uh-oh, slow car. That'll slow him down some.
Yes, it will. Had to go up on the outside there. Roger McCombs trying to stay out there and get a finish, but still, Mark has a pretty decent lead going into turn 2.
Mark Martin, a 3-time winner here at the racetrack, twice a winner in the Gatorade 200, trying to pick up his 4th career victory. Here's a battle. Elton Sawyer, Jeff Green, and Jason Keller for position as Martin takes the win.
And here they come off the corner. They're still racing, and it's going to be Keller, Sawyer, and Jeff Green.
Saw something there I've never seen on this racetrack. 3 abreast coming into turn 4. Didn't believe they could make it, but they did.
Boy, that was 7th, 8th, and 9th spot. As Mark Martin has won the Gatorade 200, picks up his 2nd Busch Series victory here in 1995. We'll come back and talk to the winner after this. Stay with us.
Maybe you'll get a MasterCard so you can use one card for practically everything. Maybe you'll get one because no card is more accepted. Or maybe you just like to save 15% on that altimeter compass stopwatch. Presenting Master Values, immediate savings on all kinds of things. Because while MasterCard can make your life easier, saving around $1,000 on a Royal Caribbean cruise couldn't hurt. Look for your MasterCard invitation in the mail and apply today.
Your car's engine was made for the open road. But that's not where it is day in and day out. Stop-and-go driving can kill an engine by creating deposits and wear that rob performance and shorten engine life. That's why you need the added protection of TM8, a new engine treatment from Valvoline. TM8 coats moving parts with 8 friction-fighting ingredients, including Teflon. So no matter where you are, your engine will run just like it's on the open road. TM8 from Valvoline, because driving is more stop than go.
Our Speed Road coverage of the Gatorade 200 has been brought to you by MasterCard. MasterCard, it's more than a credit card, it's smart money. By Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. And by the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. Mark Martin pulls off the 3-peat, taking the win here at Darlington Raceway. Let's check in with the winner. Here's John Kernan. John?
Nice job. Water on top.
Well, Mark Martin being handed a cool drink after another great performance here at Darlington. And Mark, what a call that you guys made early on in this race to have the confidence to come in, lose so many positions out there on the track, and make those chassis adjustments.
It's a pretty short race, and we were way off. We were going to have to work on it, so I want to get it done early so we could have a shot to get back to the front. And we made the right changes, and Winn-Dixie car really handled good, stayed good for a long time.
Well, Mark, congratulations. A 3-peat here at Darlington. You guys have got this place figured out pretty well, huh?
No, I tell you, I hate this new surface. I sure wish they would have left it alone. We had the setup figured out for that. If we could just get that Winston Cup car this good, we'll be looking good. We're starting 36 tomorrow, and I think we're going to race pretty good, but we're going to be pitting on the back stretch and coming from the back.
All right, well, good luck tomorrow. Mark Martin with the 3-peat, Jerry. Mark Martin ties Harry Gant for the most Busch Series events, 4 wins at Darlington Raceway. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final results and maybe hear from some of the other top 5 finishers in just a moment. So stay with us.
Your car's engine was made for the open road. But that's not where it is day in and day out. Stop-and-go driving can kill an engine by creating deposits and wear that rob performance and shorten engine life. That's why you need the added protection of TM8, a new engine treatment from Valvoline. TM8 coats moving parts with 8 friction-fighting ingredients, including Teflon. So no matter where you are, your engine will run just like it's on the open road. TM8 from Valvoline, because driving is more stop than go.
When it comes to roping a steer,
Folks in Grand Junction, Colorado will tell you that Ron Markin can ride with the best of them. And when it comes to overhauling an engine or rebuilding a carburetor, well, he can do it all. You see, when Ron's not riding a horse for fun, he's turning a wrench for a living. So he buys a lot of parts, mostly from AutoZone. Sure, there are other parts stores in town, but Ron knows that when you want the right part for the right price, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
We welcome you back to Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Now, just 5 events remain in the 1995 Busch Grand National Series Tour. And take a look at our point standings. Johnny Benson, by virtue of a great finish today, beginning to pull away somewhat. 159-point lead over Chad Little. Jeff Green hangs on the 3rd spot. Mike McLaughlin is 4th. And Jason Keller is in 5th position. Speaking of Johnny Benson, Bill Weber standing with him. Bill?
And I just asked him if he'd already done the math. He said no, and he's not going to do it till he gets to the banquet, but it's 159 points. So congratulations. You had a good run today. Had to fight your way back through the pack.
Yeah, we sure did. You weren't supposed to tell me how many that was. No, we're just still going to race by race. You know, points are going to fall where they're going to fall, and you know, if Chad had some bad luck, he had some bad luck. You know, we can have the same. So just going to do what we can. Lift the team. Monte Carlo was pretty good today, and we just finished 2nd.
It will never change your philosophy down, even the last couple of races.
No, when we're sitting at depending on what table at the banquet, then we'll look at the points and say, wish we would have had this, or I guess that was enough. So I tell you, this team's doing a great job, and we're just real happy right now.
Obviously, Mark had a great car today. You were trying to rope him in the closing laps, couldn't quite get there.
No, I really didn't want to see that last yellow, but I tell you, it's pretty hard to beat Mark here. You know, we or at least I call this his track. He's pretty quick around here, but you know, they ran good and we ran good, and we're happy with 2nd, and we'll go on next week.
Okay, that's Johnny Benson, the Busch Series points leader, 159 points, Johnny, ahead of Chad Little, guys.
No race driver likes to count their chickens. No one would like to be a chicken rancher, but you don't count them until they hatch, and he's certainly not going to take anything for granted, even though there's still just 5 events remaining. Last lap, guys. Take a look at this scramble for 7th, 8th, and 9th.
That's Jeff Green, the 3 car, going down in turn 3. Jason Keller right behind him, and that's Elton Sawyer on the outside. They go up, and Green almost loses it, and there you are, 3 abreast.
I couldn't believe that they made it through that turn. I mean, most of the time, 2 abreast is unbelievable. But then right behind them, let's see if we see there was a side-by-side battle at the start-finish line. I guess we didn't see that between Mike McLaughlin and Steve Grissom.
Well, that battle, Jason Keller finished 7th, Elton Sawyer 8th, and Jeff Green 9th. As we take a look at our unofficial results here, Mark Martin makes it a 3-peat, wins 3 Gatorade 200s in a row. Johnny Benson in 2nd, Ward Burton 3rd, Phil Parsons, his best finish of the year in Busch competition in 4th, and Joe Nemechek will finish 5th.
6 through 10, Mike Wallace, Jason Keller, Elton Sawyer. That's as far as I could get, and Ned, there's some more folks.
Yeah, and of course, these cars on back down these lines had some problems of one sort or another. You see Randy LaJoy down there after a great run, got in the top 5 and hit the wall with a flat tire, and others having problems along the way of one sort or another.
Tim Fedewa being crowned with 25th place finish after having that trouble over in turn 2. Take a look at the remainders of the finishers. Hermie Sadler in 31st spot, defending series champion. Oh, that's got to hurt. David Green has trouble today, his 9th DNF, and there are the final finishers. Buckshot Jones finishes 41st. Talking about Jeff Green in a wild scramble, Bill Weber is down there with him.
And Jeff, a wild final lap. Can you walk us through that?
We went down into 1, got the white flag, went down into 1, and Mike Wallace was holding us up a little bit there, and Elton got a little bit loose, and I got up under him coming off 2 there, and I passed him down the back straightaway and just about cleared him getting into 3, and I believe he tried to, I don't know what he's trying to do. He hit me in the left rear, almost crashed me, and Jason and him got back by me, but I don't know. That guy's a Winston Cup driver now, so he can rule the roost, I reckon. But we're coming, I tell you. We was just a little bit off today, but we're going to get us one. I don't know when it's going to come, but one of these days it'll be our day. And, you know, the motor lasted. We gained a lot of points today on Chad. He had an accident there at first. Me and him got together. I really don't know what happened there, but we gained a lot of points, and we're coming.
That's Jeff Green.
Jeff Green hanging on the 3rd spot in the points. Coming up next, Speed Week. Bob Jenkins and others will be telling you all that's going on in motorsports around the country. Tomorrow, Race Day America. NASCAR today coming up at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Our live flag-to-flag coverage 45th Annual Mountain Dew Southern 500 from right here at Darlington, South Carolina. That's a simulcast, remember, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN and ESPN2. Then IndyCar Racing, also a simulcast from Vancouver, British Columbia. IndyCar Racing there at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then debut of RPM tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the first, and now every Sunday night at 8 o'clock on ESPN2. A wild weekend of racing action coming your way here from not only Darlington Raceway, but IndyCar coming your way. Don't forget RPM2 tonight coming up with highlights all over the world. IMSA Racing, Formula One, IndyCar, as well as NASCAR. Once again, for Kyle Petty, John Kernan, Bill Weber, Ned Jarrett, and Benny Parsons, I'm Jerry Punch, congratulating Mark Martin and his Winn-Dixie Ford Thunderbird team on winning their third consecutive Gatorade 200.